Diversification is destroying your wealth. Every billionaire on the Forbes list got there by doing the exact opposite. And in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you the concentration strategy they don't want you to learn. Here's what your financial advisor will never tell you. The diversification strategy they push isn't designed to make you rich. It's designed to protect them from lawsuits. Think about it. When you spread your money across 50 different assets, nobody can blame them when you get average returns. But here's the dirty secret. Every single person who built generational wealth did it through concentration, not diversification. Warren Buffett. 90% of his wealth came from just 10 stocks. Elon Musk. He put everything into Tesla and SpaceX when everyone called him insane. Jeff Bezos kept his Amazon shares concentrated for 2 decades. So why does every financial advisor tell you the opposite? Because they're not trying to make you wealthy. They're trying to keep their jobs. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why that matters for your financial future. Let's look at the actual math. Because numbers don't lie. If you invested $10,000 in the S&P 500 20 years ago with perfect diversification, you'd have roughly $64,000 today. Sounds decent, right? Now here's what happened if you concentrated that same $10,000 into Amazon. You'd have over $20 million. That's not a typo. The difference between diversification and concentration is the difference between comfortable retirement and generational wealth. But wait. I already know what you're thinking. Amazon was a lucky pick. Anyone can cherry-pick winners in hindsight. And you're absolutely right. That's exactly the objection financial advisors use to keep you diversified. But here's where it gets interesting. The data shows something they never mention. If this math is starting to make sense, drop a like so I know to keep going deeper. Here's where I need you to pay close attention. Researchers at Arizona State University studied every stock traded in America from 1926 to 2016. 90 years of data. What they found shocked the financial world. Just 4% of all stocks accounted for the entire net wealth creation of the US stock market. Let me say that again. 4%. The other 96% of stocks collectively earned the same return as treasury bills. Essentially nothing. So when your advisor tells you to diversify across hundreds of stocks, they're mathematically guaranteeing that you'll dilute your winners with the 96% of stocks that go nowhere. You're not reducing risk. You're reducing returns. The entire premise of diversification is built on a mathematical lie. And the financial industry knows this. They've seen this data. But they keep pushing diversification anyway. Why? Because concentration is dangerous. And I'm not going to pretend otherwise. For every Jeff Bezos, there are thousands of entrepreneurs who bet everything and lost. For every concentrated portfolio that created a billionaire, there are countless that went to zero. This is the part that gets left out of the get-rich-quick nonsense. Concentration amplifies everything. If you pick wrong, you don't just underperform. You can lose everything. So here's the question nobody asks. What separates the concentrated portfolios that create wealth from the ones that destroy it? Is it luck? Timing? Some secret information? Actually, no. The billionaires who successfully concentrated their wealth followed a specific framework. 3 conditions that had to be true before they went all in. And once you understand these 3 conditions, you'll see exactly why most people should never concentrate. And why the ones who can, absolutely should. But here's what the financial industry really doesn't want you to understand. Those 3 conditions? They're not about picking stocks at all. The billionaire concentration strategy has nothing to do with Wall Street. Warren Buffett didn't get rich from stock picking. He got rich from concentrating in something he could control. Berkshire Hathaway. His own company. Elon Musk didn't gamble on random tech stocks. He concentrated in Tesla and SpaceX. Companies where he controlled the outcome. See the pattern? The concentration strategy that creates wealth isn't about finding the next Amazon. It's about concentrating your resources in something where you have an edge, where you can influence the outcome, where your knowledge, skills, and effort directly impact your returns. This changes everything. And if you want to see how this applies to you specifically, make sure you're subscribed because we're just getting to the part that matters. Condition number 1 for successful concentration. You need an information edge, not inside information. That's illegal. I'm talking about genuine expertise that puts you ahead of the average investor. When Buffett concentrates in insurance companies, he's not gambling. He spent 60 years understanding that industry better than anyone alive. When a surgeon invests heavily in medical device companies, they see value others miss. When a software engineer concentrates in tech, they can evaluate products that analysts can't even use. This is why your financial advisor tells you to diversify. Because they don't have an information edge in anything. They're generalists. And generalists have to diversify because they can't evaluate specific opportunities. But you? You probably have deep expertise in something. Your career. Your industry. Your skills. And that expertise is your edge. The question is whether you're using it. Condition number 2. You need the ability to influence outcomes. This is what separates concentration in your own business from concentration in random stocks. When you put everything into your company, your career, or your skills, you control variables that stock market investors can never touch. You can work harder, learn faster, pivot when needed, make decisions that directly impact your returns. When you concentrate in someone else's company through stocks, you're a passenger. You can't improve the product, can't fire bad management, can't open new markets. You're completely dependent on other people's decisions. This is why the concentration that creates billionaires usually looks like entrepreneurship, not stock picking. Bezos didn't just invest in Amazon. He built it. And that's a fundamentally different kind of concentration. Condition number 3. And this one might be the most important. You need survivable downside. The concentration that creates wealth has a safety net. It's not reckless gambling. Buffett had a margin of safety built into every concentrated bet. Musk always had enough to try again if something failed. The entrepreneurs who successfully concentrated weren't betting their last dollar. They were betting aggressively but not existentially. Here's what this means practically. If your concentrated bet fails, you should be able to recover within 5 years. You should still have your skills, your network, your ability to earn. You're not risking homelessness or your family's security. This is the line between strategic concentration and gambling. And too many people confuse the two. Smart concentration means going big while maintaining your ability to survive and try again. So let's bring this together. Should you concentrate or diversify? Here's the honest answer. If you lack expertise in specific opportunities, diversify. If you have no control over outcomes, diversify. If failure would be catastrophic and unrecoverable, diversify. Your financial advisor isn't completely wrong. For most people, in most situations, diversification is the right choice. But here's what they get wrong. They tell everyone to diversify equally. They never identify the situations where concentration is mathematically superior. And they never help you develop the conditions that make concentration possible. The real financial education isn't choosing between concentration and diversification. It's building yourself into someone who can successfully concentrate. Drop your prediction in the comments right now. Do you think concentration or diversification will build more wealth in your specific situation? Here's the action plan if you want to build concentration capability. First, identify your information edge. What do you understand better than 90% of people? Your industry? A specific technology? A market niche? Whatever it is, that's your starting point. Second, build control mechanisms. Can you start a side business in your area of expertise? Can you develop skills that compound over time? Can you create something where your effort directly impacts returns? Third, create your safety net. Build emergency reserves. Develop multiple income streams. Ensure that your concentrated bet, when you make it, won't destroy everything if it fails. This isn't about abandoning diversification today. It's about building toward the conditions where concentration becomes your best strategy. The path from middle class to wealthy usually requires concentration at some point. The question is whether you'll be ready. Let me leave you with this. The financial industry makes money by keeping you average. Diversification is their business model. But wealth creation has always been about concentration. About finding your edge and pressing it hard. About building something you control. About taking calculated risks with survivable downsides. Every billionaire understood this. And now you do too. The question isn't whether concentration works.